All right, we're live on air. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not here yet. Oh, it's so funny. News and everything. It just blows me away. Sometimes I'm blown away by the news. How they get out there and just speak, and people believe what they're hearing, and they're hearing bullcrap, is what they're hearing, but, you know, people believe that. They'll go out of their way to believe the mainstream media, whatever they say. uh, Deflated footballs, that's bull. There's something going on really important right now, and they're just not reporting it, because it's more important to know about deflated footballs with the Patriots. Oh, it's more important than knowing the truth about what's going on with our government's crime syndicate. It's more important to know that footballs are deflated. Don't you know? Well, you should know. You should be understanding this. We are being distracted. There's a distraction going on. It's big time. I've sat here all day long looking through Yahoo and the rest of them. They're all just distraction. Here we are. We have this. Oh, we got the pictures of Ceres, the subplanet. No, there's bigger things going on. Abomination is up to tricks and things, and they covered it too in Yahoo. I was amazed that Yahoo covered it. Mainstream media on TV. Oh my God, it's the deflated football. Oh my God. Well, footballs do deflate when they're in really, really cold weather and the temperatures get down cold and they're throwing those footballs around, they're going to deflate, because colder the air, the more condensed the air in the football is going to be. They did that in 83-degree locker room or something and filled them up. Well, when you get out there in the cold, they're going to contract. And that's just a natural fact. I mean, it's just, okay. Anyways, it's so funny. Yeah, I'm gonna put this. Oh, I can't get this in light. What the? Okay, we can try that, and I can stick it in here and say something and say hi, and then go paste and share. And you all can get in on this. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I'm never. It's so funny. The whole situation is so funny. We have the State of the Union speech with Obama out there saying that we're going to give $500 out to these working families. And it only covers 2 weeks, and he didn't say that, but that's what it does. It covers 2 weeks of your child support. As far as you're off to work, they have to go somewhere, and yeah, it may be a help. It's $14,000 a year to do that, but it's not the cure. The cure is you shouldn't have both families having to work. There should be one parent or the other, Mr. Mom or Mrs. Pop, saying, mother staying at home and taking care of the kids. There shouldn't be this diabolical whatever. It's amazing. It's really amazing that he's getting away with this, and it's going on and on and on. And I don't know why they're allowing it to get away with this. I mean, the government shouldn't be having their hands in anything that you're doing. You should be making enough money without taxes to afford all this stuff without it. And they keep trying to, they're coming out again saying, you got to pay your fair share. Well, if the money was being used fairly and your share to fix the roads, fix the highways, fix the bridges, fix all this stuff, that'd be great. But it's not. It's going into the war machine, and everyone is in the war machine right now. Well, we got to go to war with Russia. We got to go to war with China. We got to just blow up the world, and everything will be fine once everything is taken out in the world. Yeah, surely, yeah. If you believe that, then you believe in the moon is made out of chocolate and marshmallows and I don't know what you believe in the moon, Swiss cheese, I don't know. And you believe all this stuff, but it's not true. It's just not true. What's coming down the pipe to you is the destruction of America. An abomination is out there fulfilling it. He's got 2 years to fulfill his abomination and desolation. Biblical, if you believe that, well, it is biblical. I mean, I actually see it coming down the pipe like that. I mean, I look at it and I go, well, we got a bunch of crooks running the government. They're all crooks. They're all evil. They're not doing anything that's great or beautiful to our world. They're doing everything the opposite. They're just destroying this planet as we know it. And it's horrible. Horrible. We got an asteroid going to come in next week. It's going to be real close, they say. Ain't going to do nothing. It's 3 moons away. 3 moons away. He ain't going to do nothing. I think it was 1.4 maybe. And it's like, that's beyond the moon. He ain't going to do nothing. Not even going to hit the moon. I mean, it's going to just fly by and do its normal crap. And there's people out there going, fear, fear, fear. And you got the people on the news media going, terror, terror, terror. And you gotta look at this terror thing the same way. It's the 3rd card. They're playing the 3rd card right now. There's a 4th one out there. They're going to say the aliens are attacking us, and they're going to come down with their super spaceships they've built over the years, and they're going to attack us, and they're going to say, look, we have something to fear out there. It'll combine the entire world together. Ronald Reagan even said that. Ronald Reagan even came up with, we have outside forces out there that's going to attack us. And, well, that will bring us all together. Guaranteed, over this terror thing. The terror thing's already worn out. It's been worn out since 2001. They burnt it. It's gone. I mean, they keep bringing these actors out on camera from the CIA and other Mossad and everything else saying, we are the terrorists, we're ISIS, we're whatever, and we're going to get you, we're under your bed, we're in your closet, and it doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. And you've seen it. They claim this shit and nothing never happens. The only people out there working hard to find the terrorists is the FBI, because Homeland Security took their jobs away. And Homeland Security's in there going, see what you're doing? Goodbye, FBI. And that's what Homeland Security is doing to the FBI. They're shutting down Hoover's FBI. And it's going away. It's all going away. It's so funny. It's so funny. The whole thing is, it's so funny. It's so funny. It's serious as hell, but it's so funny how they're going about this stuff. I mean, you have to think about it. You just gotta sit back and think about it, and you'll start to understand what the frick is going on. Or what the frick is going on is they're doing everything they can to, well, do whatever they can to put us in this new world order war. And I don't know. I'm going to invite more in if I can, and see if I can get a discussion going here for the next 30 minutes. VIPs. Yeah, I'll bring VIPs in. Somebody's got to bring somebody in. That's all. There we go. Yeah, I'll get somebody in here. And when I'm talking, they'll hear what I'm talking about. And they'll go, well, what about the news media? They're out there. MSM. Well, you got to remember, it's mainstream media. That's 1984 Orwell's Newspeak. And that what we're under? Yes, we are. We're definitely under Newspeak right now. And it blows me away that we're under this diabolical New World Order. You know that the one percenters own half the wealth of the planet. 1% owns half the wealth of the planet. These people have nothing better to do than to play games and mind games with the rest of us. The 600 billion people. What are they doing? Well, they're playing mind games. And that's what they're up to. And you have to see through that and see that these 1%ers are out there. And they got names. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of names out there. I mean, I can either say their names or just let you go and do your research. I'm going to make you do your research. You got to go out there and find out who these people are. I'll give you a hint. Creatures from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin. That will give you the hint. That's the hint. That's the only hint I'm going to give you on this, and let you go out there and read and study and understand why there's chemtrails out there. I mean, Mike Rowe don't believe him because they don't spray chemtrails over Hawaii. Why should they? They're all over everywhere else. We got clouds out there that I studied meteorology, and meteorology never had classification for these new clouds, and now they're putting new cloud names out there, and it just suddenly it's like, really? Well, no, you'll understand. Maybe if you keep studying and keep doing your digital research into all this, you'll come to the same conclusions I have. I mean, I am a diligent researcher, and I'm not going to say I researched before because that's a distraction. Don't go into that. I've already covered it. I know it's true. Don't worry about it. And we have this new research. Climate change. Climate change. Well, yes, the climate change. It's called, it's called fall, winter, spring, summer, autumn. There's actually 5 of them out there, And there's actually 5 of them out there. It's all climate change. Yeah, climate changes every year. They just don't know that the sun controls all that. The little bright thing in the sky that lights up the day controls everything. When it's inactive, we get more precipitation and more cosmic rays that cause the precipitation. This is the stuff that's going on. It's so funny. It is. It's really funny that they're out there seriously going, look, it's climate change. Look, it's global warming. No, it's that star up there in the sky called the sun that's doing everything. You guys are, what are you going to do? Take our money and go up there to the star and beg it not to do what it does? Really? Really? I don't think so. I don't think it will ever happen. They're just going to pocket the money and put it in their pockets and become billionaires. Gore, off of his stupid movie, An Inconvenient Truth, has already made that $1 billion. He's a billionaire. You don't have to worry about it. I don't know what Blood's doing. His partner. His partner's got everything invested in global warming and taxation. Maybe that's where Blood's going to make his money. Blood and Gore. And there you go. We got these two guys who got together and created Blood and Gore. It's amazing. It really is. It really blows me away that you got these people out there who are criminals. I mean, Gore claimed that he created the internet. No, it was a government thing. The government created the internet to talk between scientists. It just happened that the scientists, when they retired out of that, decided, you know, I can do this type of stuff outside of the government thing and call it the internet, and we can start up the internet. This happened in 1993, or actually before that, 1990, I think it was, because I was able to get on Prodigy, and Prodigy was the only link into the internet at the time. Then there came, you know, OL, which is the next one. And there was a bunch of others that came afterwards. And suddenly they decided, we can share all this. And they put it all together and made the internet. Gore had nothing to do with it. Gore is an idiot. But he said he could create the internet. Oh my golly. Gore and his internet. Now he believes that he's the god of our worshiper of hello, how are you doing there, TJ? I can hear you.
Good.
Oh, you
see you having a hangout.
Yeah, I'm having a hangout just for about another half hour or so. I mean, I just got on here because I'm so upset after Abomination's speech and how he's going to help everything and make the Democrats gods again. No, it's not going to happen. And the Republicans, they ain't going to happen either. It's Republicrats. I call them what they are. Republicrats. They work together and they play these games with the American people, with MSN, mainstream media, and they just keep playing these games over and over and over again. It just blows me away. They're getting away with all this stuff. They're saying climate change. Well, yeah, climate changes. It's called what? Spring, summer, autumn, winter. I actually said, autumn, and I added that in because it's kind of an autumn in there now with the cold spells coming over us with, with all this global cooling that's going on. And they're still saying, it's because of us. We're doing it. People are doing it. We got to take money from your pocket and put it in ours so we can fix it. You can't fix the sun. I mean, I said this earlier. Are you going to go up there to the sun and actually talk to the sun and say, hey, sun, warm up or cool off or whatever? And it's not going to happen. It's not gonna happen. It just blows me away. They're still out there. I mean, Obama mentioned that on his speech Tuesday night, and that was bullshit. It's bullshit. They're teaching us bullshit, and you know that as well as I do, don't you? It's bull. The sun controls everything, not people. People are sand on a beach. We're a mighty small pile. If you take a pile of them and put sand in a cup and turn it over, and the beach is out there, and that little pile is the shape of the cup, that's it. we ain't nothing. We ain't nothing. It's the corporations, if you want to really get down to it, that are polluting the air with other chemicals and pollutants. Yeah, I agree with that, but not the individual person is doing anything like that. And that's the ticket right there, is convince everyone, hey, you're not doing it individually. It's the corporations who are not cleaning up after themselves, not following EPA rules, not doing all this stuff, and they're polluting the planet. It's not us. We're not doing it. They are doing it. We should point them out and say, stop it. Really? I mean, what do you have to say about that?
I'd like to relate a little story. You know, I'm a citizen journalist, and today I had the perfect opportunity. Of course, I wasn't ready. I had no camera equipment. But if I would have only had a camera, they had these guys dressed up like big buffoons in these green Naugahyde costumes, and they had on the Statue of Liberty headdress. I thought, what are these guys? Is it Halloween again? No. These guys are standing out front of some kind of money lending place, and they had signs, and I go, what kind of signs is that? And they're waving a sign like the dollar bill when they're dancing around. And I'm thinking, this doesn't look good. This isn't good at all.
It's not good. They're out there promoting the greenback, which is not worth anything because it says on there it's only worth what you believe. If you believe it, then it's worth something. It doesn't say it's backed by gold or silver, and you can go in and get gold and silver with it. Oh no, it's just a belief. That's why it's going to crumble. That's why Mike Rivero is saying in his articles he read off today, the dollar's going to collapse. I mean, it's bound to collapse, and it's going to be worth as much as wallpaper. You'll be able to wallpaper your walls with $1,000 bills and stuff, and that would be it. It's
Yeah,
that
but it's good. It's going to be a slow and painful process.
very slow and painful, and it's coming. And there was a guy that wrote an article today that I read the headline on. I didn't read the article, but he was saying the same thing. It's going to be a slow and painful death to the American people when the dollar collapses because it's just not there. There's nothing backing it. It's paper. All these other countries are now buying gold and silver as if it's going out of style. I mean, you have Russia, China, India, and now Afghanistan. They got all gold backing. They're the fourth biggest gold gatherers on the planet right now is Afghanistan.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. It was on YouTube News. And I read the headlines and I go, yeah, I agree that they're going to do that. And I've read some articles after that, and they're all saying that it's all coming down. The house of cards is coming down. And we're in the house of cards right now. And it's going to be a painful 20 years. I read an article that said it's going to be 20 years before we get this fixed with all these debts and everything. I mean, where are we at? 23, 33 trillion dollars in debt. The government is. It has no money. And it's out there telling, the police departments to pull you over for any insurrection. I mean, there was a guy pulled over and ticketed for eating a hamburger while he's driving. Huh? I mean, I've done that myself, but I'm able to drive and eat a hamburger. I mean,
Yeah, welcome to 1984.
yeah, really. That's what we're in. 1984. George knew what was going on. He
Didn't
knew.
he?
Oh, he was totally into it. He actually, he was told this. His real name is, I can't think of it right now, but that was his writer's name, was George Orwell. And he actually came out and said, this is what I was told, basically, and I wrote a book about it, and this is what's going to come down the pipe in the near future. Well, 1984 came and went, and now it's happening in 2015. I mean, it's unreal. They got behind schedule.
Honey, we're broadcasting to the World Wide Web right now. Would you like to appear live on camera?
No.
I'd like you to.
No.
Spellbinder, is it all right if I present my wife tonight to the World Wide Web?
If you want to.
She doesn't want to. I'm just kidding. I just like to get people involved in what could be.
Well, I can put myself up here, but, it may get me in trouble, but...
You know, my Spellbinder, I was so proud of my wife. She watched this documentary. I thought she was always going to just watch sports movies and stuff, but it was a documentary on banking. Was it the banking collapse, honey? She watched that whole hour-and-a-half movie. When she got done, she was so angry with what she just found out. She was ready to punch somebody in the nose, probably a banker or something.
And just say, I want you to stop what you're doing. What are you doing, you money junkie? That's what she'd probably be saying to the bankster.
Is it true we sent General Motors to China? Is that true?
That's true. We sent General Motors coming back from China because it's cheaper to produce these cars and cut corners and everything on the cars, and they make a big profit at the bottom line.
Wow. I can't hardly believe that.
Obama did it.
Yay, Merry Christmas.
Abomination. I call him the abomination because he is the abomination of desolation of the Bible. I want to believe that.
He says he's an abomination. The president.
With an A.
Abomination.
Capital A.
With a capital A, though.
Abomination. Yeah. It's pretty freaked out what's going on right now.
If you only knew.
Oh, I know too much, I guess. I don't know.
There was another spy that came out of the woodwork just the other day. I posted it on my Google Plus. This very well-educated journalist said, you guys better beware because all these top journalists for all these media outlets, well, if they're like me, they get frequent visits. And in fact, in one case, I could give you an example. The CIA gave me a story, and they said, sign it as your name as if you wrote it. We must publish this story. And he goes, I had to do it. And he said it just goes on all over the world in so many different, forms. And
I read that article. I actually read that one. I read that
yeah,
one. It was one of the articles I read where he was
good.
now saying, I have to admit, and it's happening to journalists all over the world who are public journalists, maybe not the alternative journalists, but the mainstream journalists have to admit that they're writing these articles, and if anything goes wrong, it comes back to them.
Yep. So we're going to have to make some phone calls to Washington and send some email letters and petitions and everything else, all of us.
I just don't trust the people in there. They're dinosaurs, and dinosaurs need to be removed. And new blood needs to be put in there. We need to get rid of all these dinosaurs out there. Look at McCain. McCain. This guy is he's definitely a communist or nothing else because he was in a war camp. They programmed him. He's a Manchurian candidate. He really is.
It's possible. It's very possible.
And he's out there working. I mean, we got these people. We have Boner out there, or Boner. That's the only way I pronounce his name. The Speaker of the House, saying, "Netanyahu, come to Congress and speak for us." That guy is the perfect example of the man who called wolf, and he is the picture in the book of the boy that called wolf. He is. If you open the book up, the first picture you should see is Netanyahu about Iran. Iran is not a threat. They haven't had a war outside their country in 600 years. And they're still going on. Oh, they're going to get nuclear power. They're going to blow up the universe and kill us all. No, they just want to advance their technology and have nuclear reactors and have power to their city of Tehran, which looks like New York. I mean, if you ever see a picture of Tehran, it looks like New York. It has buildings and stuff, just like New York. They're not out there to do anything, not really, because they have Christians, they have Muslims, they have Islamics. They all live together in that country peacefully. Nobody is attacking anyone in that country, and that's just the way things are. It's like Palestine. Palestine is so peaceful as a nation. They're actually the offspring of Christ's family, not Christ himself, but his family, his uncles and nephews and everything. They've been there for 2,000 years. And suddenly these lilies come down from Ukraine because after World War II, they were prosecuted and stuff, and they all moved down to where Israel is now in Jerusalem, and they're claiming they're the 13th tribe. They're not the 13th tribe. There is no 13th tribe. Look in the Bible. Is there a 13th tribe in the Bible? No. There's only 12 tribes. But they claim to be the 13th tribe themselves. And it just blows me away when I hear them out there crying and whining. And I mean, they're whiners. They're really big whiners. That they're going to be attacked and we're going to be destroyed. Well, you're out there taking Palestinian land away and sending them off somewhere else and building houses and stuff. Well, of course, we're going to think that you're the Antichrist because they don't believe in Jesus. They don't believe in Jesus. They never have. They believe that the Judaism of Jesus never happened yet. He's coming. He's coming. Oh yeah, the Antichrist is coming. I think it's Netanyahu myself, but you know.
Do you know a Secular Revenge?
Yeah, I know Secular Revenge. I talk to him often.
He just popped up on the top right-hand corner in a little box.
Wow.
But he's gone now.
He should come in. I think secular opinion should come in, and we have a secular speak about all this. Anyways,
Not secular opinion, secular revenge.
oh, revenge. Ah.
Yeah, I just saw a thing pop up on your screen. It said secular revenge.
Oh, there's secular right
There he
there.
is again. Secular
No.
revenge joined this video call.
Oh, he's changed his name to secular revenge.
Yes,
Oh,
secular
What?
revenge.
what?
What? I've been in here lots of secular revenge. You were just always too hammered.
I thought you were secular opinion
I am secular opinion.
and you're secular revenge.
And I'm secular's revenge. Actually, for the longest time, I could never get in your hangouts with secular opinion. I used to always come in with this account.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I just recognized your icon. Maybe that's why I was thinking secular opinion because your icon's the same.
Same difference. Same difference. Same guy. Who cares?
Well, you understand what we're talking about here, right? That we're
No,
we're
I
talking
wasn't listed.
Netanyahu,
I just jumped
and
in.
Netanyahu wants to take over the Palestinians. He wants to rule the world as Antichrist or something. I mean, I think Antichrist is already there, and he's it.
You think Netanyahu is the Antichrist?
Well, in a way, he's not really it because he has no power now because he lost it all going out there blowing up the Palestinians who are relatives of Jesus. And over 2,000 years, he's his family. I'm not saying him himself bred these people out. His family and the 12 tribes.
Now, wouldn't the Jews be relatives of Jesus? Because Jesus was a Jew.
No, because the people who are down there are called white lilies.
Or are you talking
Lilies.
people that claim to come from like the bloodline of Jesus?
Well,
Is that what you're
no,
talking about? Because there's like different groups of people that claim to like be descendants of the bloodline of Jesus and the
okay,
blah blah blah.
okay, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm talking about. Okay, let's talk about Ukraine, where these people came down from after World War II, and they came down here because they were given a choice by the, I guess, whatever what we created after World War II, some council, and they said, where do you want to move to? And they came down to Jerusalem because they, in their time, were the Kazazians, and the Kazazians were a very barbaric group, and they wanted to trade between the Christians and the Muslims. And so what they did is they became Judaism because they brought some rabbis up there and converted everybody to Judaism. That makes them a 13th tribe or something. And they came up there and they converted them, and they wanted, after World War II and after under Hitler and whatever, come down, and they were allowed to come down to Jerusalem. These people are whiter than I am. Look at Netanyahu. He looks like a ghost. He's so white. He looks a piece of paper, plain typewriter paper. He's whiter than that. He glows with whiteness. I mean, and he came down, and these people came down, not just him. The people came down there, they took over the area, and now they're killing off everyone in that area. And that's supposed to be good? Would Jesus do that? I'm just asking, biblically, would Jesus want to kill off all the Palestinians? I don't think so. Since 2,000 years of them being there, they're probably all related to the 12 tribes. And this 13th tribe that came down there wants to say that we are the chosen ones. We are the great and above God. because they act like they're above God, because they just go out and kill people and randomly. Even in the New Testament, it says, "Thou shalt not kill." In the Old Testament, and they're just out there just playing this game, and it's and America is taking over. We are their hunchmen. We're playing the part, not the people, but the government. I have to admit, the government's not playing the part as they should be. They should be non-interference in other affairs outside our country. It's in the Constitution. The Constitution says you will not go outside your country and have wars. Well, World War One, World War Two started with the Rothschilds, the Red Shields. They convinced us in it, and they took over, and we're under the influence of the Red Shield. And that's how I see it, because I've done my history studies.
Well, that's what you get. That's what you get for voting Obama in, right? Because fucking he's gonna bring on the Jew hate. See, that's a weird thing, because Obama's getting accused right now of hating the Jews, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he's trying to save face. That's the whole thing. He's trying to save his Democratic, and I call them Republicrats. There's no difference between the Republicans and Democrats.
Right.
They
But
all
I mean,
have their own-
well, doesn't? But I get confused, because isn't the New World Order supposed to be helping the Jews?
Well, yeah, they are.
Well, yeah, I know they are, but I mean, what about Obama's getting slack for hating the Jews,
He's
not
on.
helping the Jew out.
He's on his last 2 years. He made
Right.
a Kennedy moment where he wanted to help the people or put them down, and he was assassinated for it. I don't put past an assassination attempt or something against Obama, which may either help or hinder the Democrats.
Wait a minute, I just want to make this clear. Did I hear you right? Are you calling for an assassination of Obama?
No, I'm saying it
Live
could.
on YouTube? Is that what you're trying to say, Spellbinder? That you want?
No, you are saying that. I'm saying.
No, I don't say. I want to make that perfectly clear to. I want to make it perfectly clear to everybody watching out there who may watch this in the future. I'm definitely not calling for the assassination of the President of the United States.
No, neither am I.
Spellbinder.
Saying a possibility by the 1%ers in power will put him down. The 1%ers. I'm not a 1%er. Hell, I'm the 1,000%er. I'm not even close to being in power to do anything like that. But they are.
So, like I said, you are on Obama's side, though.
I'm on his side on that point, but yet that's saving his ass. He's ass saving right now. He's butthurt. He's been butthurt by everyone in the union because he's a narcissist. He's a psychopath. He's a narcissist. Psychopath. Yeah.
Why do you think he's a psychopath?
He's a psychopath. Just look up the term. Look up the term. Look it up.
Why do you call him a psychopath? I know, not a narcissist. I'm just saying, like, what makes you say that he's a psychopath? Like, what fills that?
Killing people with cruise missiles by order from his office without going through Congress, and just saying, send that missile over there to that wedding. There may be a terrorist in that group, and kill 200 other people. Now, this is not right. That's war crimes. That's called war crimes. And if you don't understand war crimes, then you don't know where you're at. You don't know what world you're in. And you don't know what war crimes are. We are in war crimes. He should be put in Leavenworth for war crimes by itself. Making big stones and little stones in the gravel. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's too bad stuff like that happens and stuff. But do you really think it makes him a psychopath because casualties happen? and assaults or mistakes are
If
made.
it's
Do you really think that he's like picking out weddings and shit and like hitting them with cruise missiles? Just
he's picking them
kill
out.
200 people.
There is the CIA. The CIA is trying to save their butt too. They're
Right.
out there telling him this stuff because they don't get paid from the government. I can prove to you that they don't get a check from our government. They make their money the old-fashioned way, drugs. They bring in drugs in the U.S. and Canada, cocaine, heroin, and they make that. And they bring it in on C4s and C30s and C40s. They bring them in on our military aircraft. They have that much power. That's how much power the CIA has. And it's known fact. Air America was a perfect movie to prove that. But, people look at that as, oh, that's just entertainment. Oh, no, that's the truth of it. That's the truth of the matter. They bring all this drugs in and stuff, and they make their money off of that, and then they are advisors to our government. And they come in and say, we have information that there's a terrorist over here, whatever his name may be, and he's in this group right now. Send a cruise missile. And they blow up a bunch of people that wipe out children and mothers and everyone else. Oh, yeah, they do this. It's called mineral wealth gathering through the one percenters, the corporations that run the world, the umbrella corporation. If you want to call it that, that's what it is. It's an umbrella corporations. And they're all working with our government, and it's called fascism. We're working in fascism right now. We're under fascism. Call it what you want. Mussolini or Stalin, I think it was Mussolini, gave the definition of fascism. It was corporations take over the government and tell the government what to do. It's called fascism. And that's fascism. When corporations run the world.
What's going on, Spellbinder? So,
Hello.
what's going on?
Sitting here talking about fascists.
Oh,
And
okay.
America is fascist. European governments are fascist. They all go along with whatever the corporations, the oil companies, the CBS, NBC, whatever they're involved in a corporation, and they fulfill whatever they want. They're the 1-2 percenters. I mean, the 1 percenters own. You know that the 1 percenters, it came out today in the article, the 1 percenters own half the wealth of the world. Half the wealth of the world. And they're not paying taxes.
Crazy
They're
shit.
taking it from us and putting it in their pockets continuously. They want to rape us. And you just don't see that. I don't know why nobody sees this. it's
Well, no,
obvious.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Like the corporations are getting away with murder. Like I would actually say that's one of the few things I probably agree with you. I think that's where there's too much fucking handshaking and shit going on between these lobbyist groups and shit and the government. I mean, that's an obvious problem. Just watch the news. They report on it every night. Spellbinder.
Yeah.
Like it's not. People aren't asleep as everyone's not like out to lunch because they don't share all your views or anything. Like it's obvious. Yeah, I mean that's the problem. I mean CBC Radio on my way home from work tonight was talking about the 1% blah 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 in the news. Like it's not a secret.
Too many suits and ties.
Yeah, suits and ties.
My question is, why'd you vote for Obama then if you have a problem with him?
But
Twice.
see, you keep saying that. Now, I never did vote for Obama. I vote for Ron Paul.
Well, that's what you keep saying, but
Are
I
you a
remember you were
communist?
drunk when you were holding up that picture of your mom smoking a pipe, and you said, I voted for Obama twice, both elections.
You are you're truly a troll, aren't you?
No, I don't troll.
No, you're not
I just
trolling. You're just a troll. You're a agent. You're out there and you're trying to say this stuff.
provocateur.
A
Provocateur.
provocateur, maybe. You've been brought in. They offered you
Yep.
money, and you're saying anything you can to make that money. Oh, I
That's right.
see.
The American government is paying me to crash your Hangouts and derail the
No,
conversation so people don't know the truth. That everything's a
no,
hologram.
not. It's a Canadian government doing you.
No, I get checks. I'm actually in the States. I always lied about being Canadian.
Oh, no, you're not. See?
So you don't know.
Admitted.
You never know. You never know where I am. I could be
That's
next
right.
door, across the street.
That's right.
I
You
could be the guy selling you cough drops. You don't know.
see,
That's what I mean.
That's
Yeah,
how it
exactly.
works. That's how it works. The NSA and everyone else. That's it. That's how that works. Oh, you guys are such a trip. I'm glad I know things inside that you don't know, but I can't say because it's under national security. Anyways,
Right. Right. Clearance. Cosmic clearance.
oh, cosmic. Yeah, under cosmic clearance.
So what else been going on, Spellbinder? What have you been up to? What are you doing this weekend?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to watch these two movies I bought, Pan's Labyrinth and Born Identity. I bought the DVDs and decided I'm going to watch
Oh,
them.
Jesus, you're going to watch Born Identity and you're going to be like friggin', that's true. That's true. You're gonna work that right into your whole New World Order thing. You're like, yeah, they're programming assassins and they blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, Conspiracy Theory was another one.
Oh, yeah, good.
That movie will make you nuts, Spellbinder.
No fucking wonder. That shit's rotting your mind.
Yeah, man,
Born
makes it
Identity,
all much mashy.
Conspiracy Theory. Yeah, they're probably based on facts. They're probably scenarios given to the movie industry to put them out to see how the public will react to them. That type of thing.
Or maybe they're just good story plots. Like they're just good devices to make movies about. I mean, like let's be honest, like 2012 was a big deal, right? Everyone was going on about the Mayans and the Bureau and the disaster. So of course Hollywood's going to make movies about it. I don't think it was like secret messages because that's what everyone was saying. Oh my God, they're laughing at us. They're giving us the clues. It's 2012, and then it came and gone. No one talks about 2012 anymore. Like sometimes it makes good movies, right? If they know there's a demographic out there that likes conspiracy stuff, it's really popular. It's sensational right now. It's super popular. Like you make a truther video, you can get easily 100,000 views, right?
Sometimes.
If you put yourself out there in the truther community, you'd get more traffic, right? There's guys out there doing it. It's big.
Yeah.
It's a big thing right now, right?
It's popular.
But it's just so they cater to it, right? They just cater to like here's a movie plot that's gonna cater to it. Now I'm not saying that government agencies and that haven't in the past or even still who knows have some fingers in doing certain social engineering projects and shit. I'm not that naive, but I'm not one of these guys like just because in a movie they mention Project Bluebeam or something in it that means that the New World Order was directing it and it's sending us messages through the big screen or something like that. I can't buy that.
I've read
Or
a few.
Spellbinder, or maybe it's because I've been brainwashed and hypnotized by the New World Order through subliminal messaging and shit, and I'm just programmed not to see it. What do you think about that?
It's a possibility. I mean, you have the
Do you think I'm
Montauk Project.
hypnotized?
Have you read the Montauk Project?
No, I don't think I. What's that about?
It's about Rainbow Project and Moonbeam Project and the Philadelphia Experiment
Oh yeah, yeah,
up in Long Island.
yeah. I'm familiar with the Philadelphia Experiment and all that stuff. Yeah.
See, up at Long Island, they apparently created a time machine,
Wow.
and we're on separate time shifts right now, and they're all going to come together in 3600, and everything's going to fall together because they can't see anything beyond 3600. There's a period where things all merge together, all these timelines from their experiments, and it's going to create a merge of time and space, and
Yeah.
everyone's going to know everything who's still alive. 3600. I mean, it's like, yeah.
Maybe you should get yourself cryogenically frozen
That's it. Now I wake up and
before you die. See, that's a trick. This is why it doesn't work with people, because they do it after they die. Well, if you're dead, you're dead. Why not get frozen before you die?
idiocracy will happen then. I'll wake up, I'll be the most intelligent person on the planet, and everyone else will be an idiot.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It'd be like Planet of the Apes. Spellbinder.
Idiocracy.
Bloody hell, man.
Oh, God. That blows me away.
Oh, Spellbinder,
Idiocracy.
you're classic, man. You're
Okay.
fucking classic.
I disbelieve everything and know nothing, but that's just me. I'm like Norm, or not Norm, but what's his name from?
Yeah, you kind of like Norm. From Cheers?
No, I'm like the postman, the post
Cliff
officer guy. Huh?
Cliff Clavin?
Cliff.
Cliff Clavin.
Yeah, I'm like Cliff. I read all this stuff. I come and tell it to you.
Yeah.
Ah,
You're our
I
filter.
like Cliff.
You're a nice little
I
cow.
like Cliff. Ah, that was
Well,
a good series. Hmm.
see, the thing is, Spellbinder, if you want to make it in the truther community, what you got to do is you got to find your niche, right? Because there's different pockets of the truther communities, right?
Yes.
Like, are you going to be a Fed Reserve guy? Are you going to be like every disaster that happens is a hoax guy? Are you going to be a HARP ring guy? Are you going to be NASA's hiding secrets from us guy? Like, you got to find your thing, right?
Yeah.
So what's your thing? That's what do you want to
Knowledge.
make videos about?
That's the question.
Knowledge. This knowledge. I just put knowledge out there that I come across and make videos of it.
You got to focus it though. That's your thing, Spellbinder. You got to get your message out.
I don't have to do anything. It just,
Let me put it this way. Would you rather talk about more political things, straightforward, or would you rather talk about fucking crazy ass shit like fucking giant Egyptians and fucking aliens and Jesus kind of shit? Like what would you rather talk about?
well, I'd rather not talk about Vaughn things. He just reads the headlines and comes up with his own theories.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't want you doing that, right? All right, so that's what I'm saying. Like, what's your niche? What's your interest in the whole thing? What do you like talking about the most?
Occultism.
Yeah, Yeah. See, that's not gonna do it in the truther community, dude. You're not gonna get a lot of views doing that.
Ah,
You're kind of like the guy that plays D&D. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You're gonna get a few people. You can focus that. You could do something big with it. But I mean, if you really want to hit the truther thing, you got to hit the ground running, man.
You gotta go for the big fish, man.
That's right. You got to be like on top of what's going on today. Like what's going on today.
well,
See, I know you have an interest in Fukushima, but that time has passed. Nobody cares about it. Even the truthers don't even talk about that shit anymore. You know what I mean? What you got to do? Like, what about you don't really talk much about natural disasters. I notice. Like, you don't really talk about like hurricanes and fucking fish washing up on shore and shit. You're not. So you don't have to get into that kind of stuff. You don't have to be like a natural disaster. You don't really talk a whole lot about the sun, the corona stuff. So. You know what I mean? Like with the whole solar maximum kind of stuff. So that kind of stuff you don't have to worry about. So we're just trimming the fat. We're trying to find where you fit in here, like where your demographic lies. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to get a following.
I just skim over
You do
it
the
all.
other stuff on the side. You know what I'm saying? You do the other stuff on the side. You talk about the occult, the blah, blah, blah. Makes you multi-leveled. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get your focus. You got to get your, what's your niche? Where are you going with it? Who are you getting in with?
What
Yeah.
am I getting in with? Well, I want to know what I want to get in with is Zachariah Stitchin, but that's not the point.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah, he died.
All right, see, that's what I'm saying. You're into the ancient alien shit, right? So is that the direction you want to go? It's kind of a saturated thing, though. I think it's kind of passe now. I don't think a lot of people are really hardcore into that since the whole Nibiru thing never happened. Just saying.
Never happened. What do you mean?
It never. It would never. What, did I miss something? Did Nibiru come in 2012? I didn't remember that. I don't remember that making the news.
They're now coming out and saying that there's something coming in of a planet.
come on.
NASA's even saying this. They're actually
Yeah,
coming out with it.
What are they saying?
It's
It's
on
coming into
Yahoo.
what?
Yahoo
Coming in.
News.
Well, what though? What are you talking about? A thing's coming in? What? What are you talking about?
It's a planet
Babylon.
5 times the size of Jupiter. It's a dead star or red dwarf, if you want to call it that, and it's coming in from the south. It's coming up towards the north, and it's heading our way. It's not going to come in our vicinity because every time it comes around, it comes between Jupiter and Mars, where the asteroid belt is.
Oh, who's saying? Give me this. Where's this link? I gotta read this. Well, anyways, what's that got to do with Nibiru? Anyways, are you trying to suggest that's Nibiru?
No, it's not Nibiru.
Oh, then it's got
Nibiru
nothing
is
to do with Nibiru.
the planet orbiting this red star.
Oh, come on, dude. If a red star... Listen, if a... Stop. Spellbinder. Come on. That would be devastating. It would, like, totally freaking...
Depending on what side we are on the star.
I think the
If we're on the opposite side of our star, and it
No, if
comes
something
up
come
through
in our solar
it's gonna
system
have
5
mineral-
times the size
mineral
of Jupiter...
The drink's starting to kick in, man.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. All right, I think I found your niche. I think I found your thing. But Nibiru's just not popular anymore, though, dude. Nobody's really... There's a handful of people on it, but who cares now?
There's a lot
Like I
of
said,
videos.
man, you've got to go for something that's popular and capitalize on it.
I don't know. There's a lot of new videos on Nibiru coming through now. Even though that Zachariah Stitchin said it may be 600 years from now, it comes through. And they discovered so many extraplanetary objects beyond Pluto. And this is NASA. Never a straight answer, but nonetheless, they're
No, yeah, you can't have your cake and eat it too. See, you're learning from the truthers. You got the truther thing down, but you can't in one breath say friggin' NASA's a bunch of lying, government shills, corrupted New World Order pansies or whatever, right?
But they just
And then turn
covered
around the
up
next thing and then
UFO.
cite them as a source. Look, oh, I got this from NASA. It must be
Well,
good information. You
Can't
guys
flip,
all
can't flip
They
flop, man.
just covered up the source of a UFO that came in front of the ISS camera on the satellite,
And what was it?
and
What was the
they cut
source?
it
That's
off
not you.
15
If they
minutes
identified it, then
afterwards.
it's
They
not a
cut it.
UFO. Come on, let's be straight. If
Oh,
they
give me a
identified it, it's
break! That thing looks like a chevron, and it came up in front of the cameras. It was absolutely real looking because I caught the ones out there and put videos up on them that were out there. They
well,
they
what
were
was the
out by the
source? He said
sun.
they identified the source. So what's the source?
The source.
Yeah, he just said he started this whole thing saying they identified the source of what flew up in front of the camera. And my point was that you can't call it a UFO if they identified the source. You've never said what the source is. What's the source? What are you even talking about?
I'm talking about green and black, scaly looking craft right in front of the camera, and
Right.
it poked itself there, and they cut it off. It's on before it's news. I
No,
mean,
before it's news. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
it was one of these things. I looked it over and I looked at it and I go, yeah, that's a craft. It's a very strange craft, and it's being green and everything. Actually, it was gray, but I guess the guy that put it up there colorized it and made it green. But it looked very real. It looked like a real ship sitting up there in front of the ISS. It just came up there, vertically, and kind of parked itself there and kind of said, "Here we are. What are you gonna do?" And they cut the camera off. That's what they did. They cut the camera off. This guy that did this
Crazy.
video monitors the live feed constantly, and he took screenshots of it when it came upon the camera because he knew it wasn't going to be there very long when the NASA realized what was in front of their camera. I mean, this thing was twice the size of ISS. It was twice the size of the orbiting space station, and it sat there, and it freaked them out, and they cut it off. We see he was able to see it for about 15 minutes, and decided to take a screenshot of it while it was there. And 15 minutes later, it was gone because they shut the cameras off. It was too much of revealing that they came across. We're living in a very strange world of phenomena. I mean, I don't know if you've seen my phenomenal video on YouTube, but that thing was there. I don't know what it was. Like I said, it looked like a mutated rat riding on the back of a red cat, glowing.
Oh yes, the dried flower hanging on the branch in the corner of your picture. Is that what you're talking about?
See, you're not seeing it. You're not seeing what I saw because I'm an occultist and understand that these things do happen. We live in a very variable world, and things like that happen. Multiverse overlaps the universe, and sometimes stuff like that appears when you're taking a picture. It's like the guy that took a picture of his daughter, and behind her was this thing. It looked like something out of, well, I guess what was it, the movie? I mean, that's what it looked like to me when I saw it. It looked like the picture out of, oh, what is it called?
Amazing.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. My cat comes up here. What do you want, cat? Meow. Meow. My cat comes up and says, "Shh, don't talk about it."
Oh boy.
What do you want me to talk about it? I got an alien cat, I guess. I don't know. It comes up at times when I'm talking about certain things, and it says, "Don't talk about it."
So you communicate with your cat and you can hear it talking to you?
Well, it it it's all. It's not like I'm talking to the cat. It's more like symbology in a way. I mean, maybe it's symbology. She's up here.
Are you a warg?
It's my familiar. Yeah, familiar. I got a new familiar. I had one that was great. I had the best familiar there was. Sebastian was my best familiar. And that cat went on hikes with me out in the desert when I was in Las Vegas. And it was the cat. I mean, this cat was big enough to take on a coyote. It would look like an awesome cat. I mean, it had Russian gray fur on it, which was blue in the sunlight. When the sun shone on this cat, it looked blue. And they call it Russian gray. And it was an awesome thing. Now I got this mongrel, and it seems to work its part too. It works as my familiar. Well, you have to have familiars. They're interesting.
It was Russian royalty?
Huh?
Your first cat was Russian royalty, is that right?
Well, they call it Russian gray. There's a reason behind Russian gray.
Right, because it comes from a long line of Russian royal cats.
Oh, yeah. It was different. I never ran a cat like that. I raised it from a kitten,
Did you
converted
talk
it
to
to
that
a
one too?
familiar. Well, you know,
Converted it?
just a spell to make a cat into a familiar. It isn't much.
What religion did you convert it to?
I'm Gnostic right now. But I was Kabbalic before, Kabbalicist, and I
So the
practiced
cat's a
Kabbalism.
Kabbalicist?
Right now, this cat is just trying to take my attention away from everything. It says, talk no more, I guess. I don't know. I can't talk anymore. My
It's
security.
trying to communicate with you.
Oh, yeah. It's wanting me to pleasure its ears and
Pleasure it. Oh.
pleasure
Should
its
we leave
ears.
you two alone?
We leave you meow. Meow.
Oh boy.
Oh, meow.
Gonna make that kitty squeal like a pig.
Meow. It's
Good old
different.
bestiality.
Different cat. It's totally different from my male cat I had. It was Sebastian was.
Oh, I'm sure it's a lot different doing it with a male cat.
Yeah, it's a female cat I got now. And she just wants my attention. Uh,
So where's everybody else?
and
Everyone's all quiet.
Quasi Monkey, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm sitting here and my cat up here next to me. It's lonely, I guess. So it's hanging up here and looking at me like, pet me some more.
It wants some of that sweet basement wizard loving.
That's right. Cinta water. Hey,
Okay.
you don't know those words.
No, I'm not a basement wizard.
Basement wizard with a
I'm just a basement monkey.
Oh God, she's bumping me with her head and stuff. One more. No. See how loving cats can be. I like them over dogs, just because they're quiet. They don't want to go for a ride. I had a dog. My friend had. Name was. His name was. I think he called him Sebastian. And every time you wrangled the keys, the dog would run towards his door, start dancing around, and it's like, go for a ride? And this
Well,
dog,
there's an easy way to fix that is you just have to get your dog used to the idea that even though like you take the keys or a leash or whatever it gets excited over and you pull it out and carry it around with you over the house and you just ignore the dog till it realizes that it's not making the decisions, you are.
yeah, that's true. I never knew if my friend ever got the dog to that point. No, no. All I know is you rattle keys and the dog would be at the door dancing around wanting to go for a ride.
Yeah.
And
Conditioned, that's why.
kind of Pavlov thing, you know.
Basically. Except without the food.
Not the food, yeah. They just love to go for a ride.
Yeah.
Took him hiking too. I mean, we went out one time, went up the side of a cliff, and this dog would climb up the side of that cliff. By the time we came back down, its claws were bleeding and stuff because it wore him down to the point where they were bleeding. It was pretty sad in itself. We had to wrap tissue around its paws and stuff, you know, and but it would go anywhere we went. It would want to climb the mountain that we're climbing and stuff. Yeah. Never took it spelunking, no. I never took my cat spelunking, going down into a cave and stuff. I
Probably
just
not a good
went
idea.
down. Oh, there's caves out there in Las Vegas. You go out on Red Rock Canyon area to the west of Las Vegas. You
Yeah,
go
but you
down
don't-
the road. There's a dirt road off to the left. When you're halfway through, you go down that for about a mile. You park, and then you hike another third of a mile up the side of the hill. And there was a place where there was a cave that went down 6 levels.
You don't take your pet spelunking. That's just ridiculous.
Well, that's why I didn't take my pet spelunking. I only took myself spelunking. I like spelunking. I saw
Alright.
the movie Cave, and that kind of freaked me out. But this place
like-
was
You like
different.
spunking?
It went down. You had to go to the back of the cave, and it dropped down to the next level, about 6 feet, and you're in the next level. And it opened up, being bigger as you go back into it. And then you go down the next level at the end of that one, and you keep going until you get to the fourth level down. And the fourth level was kind of like, head height, and you kind of had to crunch down a little bit. And there was a bunch of people went in there with paint and stuff, and the first level, all these stalagmites and stalactites, they painted them like candles melting. And it was kind of neat. But you get down to the bottom, and there was this place where they just spray painted "Root to Hell," and it was a little hole about 2 feet in diameter, went down, and you're like, ooh. We went down there one time, my friends in the Air Force, and we just turned our flashlights off. You talk about ultimate darkness. There is no light down fourth level down. There's nothing to light up anything. We're down there, and we're going, this is dark. It's dark down here. Yeah, it was a cool travel down that. They closed it up at one time and put bars across it, but somebody came up there and bent the bars out of the way, and you were able to get back into it, because there's 2 teenagers who went down there with candles. That was a stupid thing. And the candles went out. They didn't have matches to light up, and they couldn't find their way back out. Well, one person did get out somehow and got help. By the time they got back, after a couple of days of being down there, the girl was dead, and she died down there in the bottom of the fourth level. That was not a good thing. You gotta carry light sticks with you. You gotta carry flashlights. If your flashlight goes out, you got the light sticks. You snap them, shake them, find your way out. And that's the only way to do spelunking. And it was
I just take
ridiculous.
breadcrumbs.
Spadonkadonk?
Spelunking.
Spunking. He goes spunking.
No, spelunking. It's It's German for cave diving, I guess. There's a word for
It's
the,
pronounced spunking. You go spunking in
spunking?
caves.
Really? This
Yeah,
spunking and not spelunking?
Yeah.
It's not German sounding. Spelunking. I
is
thought it
German.
would be German sounding.
It is German. Spunking's a German word when you spunk all over the place.
Oh. Spelunking down into the caves. Well, I was a cave diver. I was a hiker out there. I used to hike out 10 miles one direction and come back carrying water. I went out to Castle Rock. That's what I called it. It looked like this formation of rocks that looked like a castle. Well, I decided to go out there. It took me a couple hours to walk out to it. I used to be in real good shape, and I used to go out there, and I climbed around them, and then I came back, ran into a scorpion and a tarantula on the way back, because it's getting near dark, and they start coming out, and I did that. I went up to Cathedral Rock. Now, that's a place you gotta go. If you go to Mount Charleston in Las Vegas, you gotta go up to the top of Cathedral Rock. You can hear voices of people down below you as if they're near you, enough that you can understand every word they say. The Cathedral Rock echoed that much.
So, like, sound travels?
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
It's Cathedral Rock, and it's a steep incline to get up there. Halfway up, you run into a natural. Somebody built a natural. I guess it's a whatever water runs into it. It's a trough like, and you can drink out of it, and it's pure water coming out of the mountain. And it's about halfway up. And then you go beyond that, and you get to the top. It's a sheer cliff at Cathedral Rock. I mean, sheer cliff of probably 8 to 1,000 feet down. I mean, it's a long way down. And once you get up to the top, and you can walk along the ridge of it out there to the end of it, and that's kind of interesting in itself. It's a good climb. It's a good rural exercise. And I used to do that once every 2 weeks. I'd climb up there, so I was in real good shape. I took my brother up there. He's from California. Never hiked that much, and I'm looking at him. He's sitting there going, and I'm like going, and he was thin. You know, he wasn't like he was really out of shape. I thought he was in good shape, and I'm just walking right up it. It's like nothing up to about 11,000 feet, and I mean it's about 12,000 feet to the top, and I just walked right up that thing, and it was nothing to me at the time because I was hiking all the time and everything. It was an experience living out in Las Vegas. It was an experience. You could go out to Lake Mead, swim in like a big ocean because at the time I was out there, the water level didn't drop down 40 feet. I've looked at Google Maps lately, and it looks like it's drying up. I don't know if they're using too much water running the generators at Hoover Dam. I'm not really sure, but it was 40 feet down. There was buoys out there that used to show you where there were shallow places. They're sitting on dry land now. And it was like, before I left there, it was getting bad, and it seemed worse now. I mean, it's drying up. I'm impressed that I left there before it all dried up. And it's the Virgin River that comes down and feeds Lake Mead, and it's not able to fill it up as fast as they're draining it to make electricity for LA. And the stuff is happening out there. I mean, it's like, wow. No, Las Vegas doesn't get their water from that. They get it from aquifers that's down underground. And there was a company that discovered that there was giant aquifers underneath Las Vegas. I mean, they found a way down there, and they're saying there's like gold nuggets just laying on the shoreline of it, and all this stuff. But I never heard anything else about their development of the aquifers.
It's because the
Maybe they just went
government
down.
probably covered it up. They probably
Oh
found
yeah.
some secret alien technology down there, and they covered it right up.
Well, you know, there's S4 and Area 51. S4's to the southwest of Area 51 in the mountains, and that's where they have the vertical 45-degree hangars that open up, and UFOs go out and do their stuff out in Area 51 on the salt flats.
But do you know what's under Area 51?
I have no idea how
Aqua-
deep it is.
Giant aquifers right underneath it. Why do you think that? Because there's
That's a good
alien
question.
technology down there.
It's like Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta has aliens that meet people all the time that go hiking out there, and they're able to project themselves as humans, and they're reptilians, and
That's right.
no, I mean that happens too, constantly out there.
when Von Helton's out there, he shoots at them.
Not there he shoot. I
Yeah,
am the
he shot
Punisher.
at a gray
That's
once.
right. He's a Punisher. He's a superhero. I believe that.
He shot a gray once, man. It was raining out, and it was like half cloaked, and he shot at it, and he thinks he hit it, but it ran away, so he wasn't sure what he hit. Could have been a kid, or who knows. But he was pretty sure it was a gray, because it was small and gray.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
They're everywhere, man.
Yeah. That's Vaughn. That's Vaughn for you. I met him a week ago. He was on someone else's channel, and I sit there and said hi to him, and he acted like he was friendly with me. And, I mean, he's the one that cut me off when I was on my own channel and booted me off. Well, no, it wasn't my channel. It was the Crypt Keeper's channel. And the Crypt Keeper gave him control equal to his channel. And
Of
I'm
course.
sure it was him that shut me off. And that's why I made the video against Vaughn.
It's only a matter of time before you're in jail for trolling and attacking his family.
That's right. You know, his wife left because of secular opinion.
Oh, stop.
Secular,
Stop.
you sure got Boney mad. You should have just apologized to him. All he
Oh,
wanted was
stop.
an
I don't even
apology.
want to get into that shit right now.
Alright, it's fine.
I
That's a
agree.
story for another day.
I just thought it was funny.
Yeah. There's a lot of butt hurt over the holidays, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
I'm not talking too much about that right now because whatever. There's
Yeah.
things behind the scenes going. I just don't even want to talk about it until it's all done. But anyways,
Okie dokie.
His wife came back to him, didn't he? Didn't she?
she's gone again. She's gone again, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Took off again?
He claims she's in a hospital for her mental illness that he
She's
says
back
she
in the
has.
pri-
Who knows?
She's back.
Yeah.
Where is she back? She's back at the hospital?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, she, you know,
Hope she's
being
getting
18
the
years
help
old
she
and having a
needs.
50-year-old guy impregnate her 3 times.
Only twice. The second time was twins.
Oh, okay. That's how 3 times came. Okay.
I mean, he tried for 3 times, but it didn't quite work. Apparently.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah.
Vaughn's wild. He's wild
Well,
because he reads headlines and
Did
then
you-
makes a story out of it.
Did you know that when they first met, he claimed he was sterilized from his time around depleted uranium?
Ah.
That turned out to be not true. I'm pretty sure he even took Andrea to like court for a paternity test because he thought she was like, not that she was cheating or it was her previous boyfriend or something. He didn't think it was his kid. I guess he's not good at math. He's better at law.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's still out there. He's still playing the Punisher, or is he over that?
Oh, he'll always be the Punisher.
Yeah, he's forever Punisher. He took an oath. He's an
That's
oath
right.
taker.
I'm the Punisher. I went down to Mexico and took out this Mexican gang down in Texas, and
Well, he's gonna.
Zetas. What was that, Babs? Sorry, I cut you off there.
Line now, according to him.
Did that what's his name there again? What the fuck is this fucking Darren Morrison or Disciple for Christ or whatever? Did he take
Oh,
down
God.
his shit talking video about Von Helton already? Someone said he took his video down or whatever. I didn't even bother watching it.
What's up with that guy? I don't know what's up with that guy, man.
Oh, he's a flip flopper. Just wherever he gets attention.
What was
Oh,
it
it's
called?
getting
I can't even
my
remember.
bedtime.
They
Now I
can-
gotta get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's 10:25 now. So
We should have outro music for you.
yeah,
It's bedtime. Well, boys and girls, it's that time of night again.
yeah.
All right, Spellbinder, you crazy son of a bitch, you be good.
All right, I'll be in bed now.
Yeah, we hear you,
Someone's
Mum.
calling you.
Right, take care.
She's probably looking for a pipe.
It's
Have
bedtime.
a good one.
Good night.
Night.
Go give it to her good.